Hello everyone, I welcome you all for the video lecture on Python. Today's topic that we are going to discuss is fruitful functions, mastering parameters, returns, and scope. Functions are reusable blocks of code for specific tasks. Fruitful functions produce and return a value. Key concepts include parameters, return values, and variable scope. These enhance modularity, reusability, reduce complexity, and simplify debugging. Parameters of the functions inputs. Parameters are placeholders for data. They are defined when creating a function. Flexibility. Functions can operate on different data. No modification is needed. Parameters enhance function flexibility and reusability. Example, DEF, calculate area, length, width, where length and width are parameters. So parameters are the function inputs. We can say they are the placeholders for data. Parameters in action. Positional arguments passed by order. Example, add 5, 10. Keyword, arguments passed by name. Example, name number 1 is equal to 5, number 2 is equal to 10. Default provides fallback values. Example, def greet name is equal to user. Arguments are actual values supplied by calling a function. Example, calculate area 10, 5 passes 10 to length, 5 to width. Return values function outputs. Result output a function sends back. Keyword return signals completion. Essential for computing or retrieving data. The return value is the result. A function sends back. The return keyword delivers this value. This is essential for functions that compute, calculate, or retrieve data. Example, return length into width inside calculate area. Return values in practice. Any data type, integers, strings, lists, object, etc. Multiple values, typically returned as a tuple. Implicit none, returned without explicit return. Functions can return any data type, including multiple values as a tuple. Functions without an explicit return implicitly return none. For example, result is equal to calculate area 7, 3 stores the computed area 21 in result. Local scope functions private workspace. Restricted access only variables inside a function. Temporary life exits only during function execution. Prevents conflicts, promotes encapsulation. Local scope is the region where variables defined inside a function are accessible. Variables in local scope exist only during function execution. This prevents naming conflicts and promotes encapsulation. Example, area is equal to length into width, where area is a local variable. Local scope isolation and benefits. Isolation, variables inaccessible outside function. Modular code isolates internal logic for clarity. Simpler debugging limits variable influence, reducing side effects. Local variables are inaccessible from outside the function. This promotes clean, modular code. It reduces side effects, making debugging simpler. Attempting to access area outside calculate area results in a name error. Global scope, program wide access. Program by defined outside any function, accessible anywhere, including within functions, lifetime persist throughout execution. Global scope defines variables outside any function. Global variables are accessible from anywhere. They persist throughout the program's entire execution. Example, pi is equal to 3.14159 defined at the top of a script. Global scope caution and best practices. Reading is safe, generally safe within functions. Modifying needs keyword. Use global counter. Avoid excess. Can lead to complex bugs. Pass as parameter. Best practice for safety. Reading global variables is common. Modifying them requires the global keyword. Excessive use or modification of globals can cause complex bugs. Best practice, pass necessary global data as parameters and minimize direct global writes. Conclusion, building robust and reusable code. Mastering these concepts leads to more maintainable, scalable, and error-resistant code. Parameters, flexible, reusable functions, accepting diverse inputs. Written values, functions, output, results, integrating with other code. Local scope endures. Function isolation, preventing unintended side effects. Global scope, program wide access, but requires careful management. Thank you.